Wednesday, April 23rd edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Let's start off with a look from the camera up in Banner Elk this morning. And temperature there in Banner Elk cooling down, now down to 37 degrees. Winds are in the process early this morning of switching around out of the northwest across the region, bringing in a little bit of a cooler and drier air mass. Yesterday's highs pretty warm, especially the farther east and south you went. 79 in Greensboro, 80 the high in Charlotte, 85 though in Columbia and Fayetteville, 83 in Raleigh, 60s in the mountains. Currently, a lot of 50s on the board once you get away from the mountains, and then eventually closer to the coast, it's low 60s. Again, winds now in the process of kicking around to the northwest, bringing in what will be a very pleasant air mass here over the next couple of days. There's the radar from yesterday and the satellite imagery, that shower activity that moved through. That was with the cold front. Now behind it, high pressure building in. That means we are dry now all across the region. That's your look at Storm Tracker radar this morning. The little bit of shower activity we had yesterday, that's now well offshore and pressing further east. Now this is what the radar looked like across the Piedmont as we went through the afternoon hours yesterday. And you see that batch of some showers moving on through. Wasn't anything overly impressive, but some areas did see just a little bit of rain yesterday as expected. There's your rain totals. Again, nothing to really write home about, certainly nothing overly impressive. Now, here's what's happening over the next couple of days. High pressure building throughout the region. Today, tonight, tomorrow, the weather looks fantastic. We'll see highs today, upper 60s and lower 70s, probably low to mid 70s tomorrow. A little bit cool tonight, low 40s, a few upper 30s, a possibility up around the Triad region, into the foothills and the Virginia border areas. Maybe a little bit of patchy frost in some of those areas. Now, here's a peek at the surface map then as we go Thursday into Friday. Your next cold front advances our way. That'll bring us a chance of at least some shower and thunderstorm activity by Friday. And here's a look at the GFS rain totals with that Friday cold front. Again, nothing overly impressive at the moment with rain totals, but I do expect a scattering of some showers and storms Friday. Now next week, still looks like a big cutoff low will form. This is what the GFS upper air pattern looks like. Watch this cutoff form over the Mississippi Valley, and then it is a very slow mover. I'll show you more on that in just a second, but this is what it looks like at the surface. Low pressure slowly moving throughout the region, and that could bring us some unsettled weather early next week. It's looking like especially around Tuesday. Now, on to some of the more detailed modeling. First of all, there's our little piece of vorticity moving through on Friday, driving that cold front through here. But then look at what happens. Now, this is the European model. That's the European out at 12Z Tuesday. That's Tuesday around daybreak. And then you see this cutoff kind of centered over the Great Lakes region. All right, let's compare that with the GFS model as we get into next week. There's the GFS for Tuesday. The cutoff low is centered much further to the south, and it just very, very slowly meanders through the southeast. This is Thursday morning around daybreak, and then even all the way out to Thursday night and into the weekend. Still a lot of troughiness over the eastern part of the country on the GFS. So what that means in terms of precipitation, first of all, there's the European Friday precipitation, but then we get out to, after a dry weekend, we get out, that's Sunday on the European, we get out to next week, and there is Tuesday with some areas of showers and thunderstorms, and then it's kind of cool and dry on the European most of Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, on the other hand, the GFS is a different scenario altogether. There's the GFS, valid Tuesday, low pressure over Illinois. That is a pretty good-looking severe weather setup across parts of the southeast. And then we go out to Thursday morning, and you're still looking at clouds and showers at times kind of lingering around underneath that cold core upper level low. So a lot of details to iron out next week. Before I wrap up the video, I'll show you the Canadian solution. Look down here at the bottom right-hand panel. This is Thursday at daybreak, and it's kind of more like the GFS in terms of this upper level low being very slow to pivot through. And one final chart to show you, this is the average of day 8 to 10 on the 500 millibar level European model, GFS model, and then Canadian model. So you certainly get the idea. There's going to be some below normal heights across the southeast as that big trough and upper level low pivots on through the region. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather video. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.